you ever complained about anything Ghanaian? It could be delivery time, asking for direction. All those things are problems that we can solve, but we don't like solving that one. We think that a lot of things mistake up.
We end up spiritualizing things.
I was a victim. I got into a relationship. This lady brought me donuts. Lovely donuts. So I said, okay, fine. What if we partner? You make the donuts, I'll do the selling.
When the money comes, people change.
People change. I've seen it happen too many times. 3 years after we started the business, we were able to raise funding. And then I went to this woman and I said, we've gotten money now. We need to move to a bigger space. I want you to come with us. The woman said no.
I'm a young man that just started a business. Based on your experience in raising money, what can I do?
Hey! Investors are looking for ways to multiply their money, not ways to help you. What proof do you have that if I put my money here, the money will grow?
When an investor is coming into your business, usually what percentage are they asking for?
Some investors are good. They ask for just a piece of the pie. Some investors want ownership.
If you had the option to start again today, what would you have done differently? So you're welcome to Connected Minds podcast, and I'm very excited to have you here to watch and listen to this conversation. My name is Derek Abaite. Today I'm speaking with Francis Kofigah. He's the CEO and the founder of Dorman Foods. Another Ghanaian man who has been able to do it on the African soil. An entrepreneur who also helps other businesses in their businesses. Such a great calling that he has to be able to support other businesses with the strategies that has helped his company get to the level where it is today. He's a student of light, I said. A man who has taken upon himself that everything that he's learned in his business, most people can also benefit from it. And he's not going to hide it under his pillow. People must get to know. Here's a conversation that will shift the way you think about money, how you perceive the African soil, and the opportunities that this land has got for you. So stick with me and don't move anywhere. You're welcome to my studios. Francis,
Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing so well. How are you doing too?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I like to believe I'm fine. Yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You look good.
Thank you. Thanks. You're on a mission to help millions of people become millionaires and then also be able to reach their full potential.
Right.
How exactly has your journey been?
Let me take you back to where it started from. I grew up in a very wealthy family. Everything was fine. To put it in context, everybody was bringing refresh. You remember refresh?
Nah.
So refresh is, today we call it Calipo. That's that box juice. And back then was refresh. It was bringing refresh to school. I was coming with canned mineral, with canned Fanta. Everything was fine. When my brother was going to school, he would go to school with, it's like they offload the supermarket into his chop box. Fantastic. When I got to GSS3, everything vanished. Literally. Family said, blah, 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 all the properties, my dad, we lost literally everything. I couldn't afford to go to computer school. Back then it was like, let's say 99 CDs. That's 990,000 CDs. Today it's 99 CDs. We couldn't afford it. But my school fees was like 3-4 times that amount. Things were hard. And I look at what life was like before and then what is going on now. I say, no, this is hard. Nobody should go through this thing again. I should figure it out, get back to that state, and even do more, and not let people go through poverty. I didn't know what poverty was before. It was a word in a dictionary. But after going through, I said, no, not anymore. So that mission is simply to help people not to become poor. And I set a target that, can we make 1 million people millionaires? And that's where everything started from.
Tell me exactly what was happening at home in the beginning.
So it's My grandfather was very wealthy. Houses, hotels, lands, properties, cars. And my dad is the firstborn. So in my tribe, the firstborn inherits the properties, right? So he before he passed on, ideally my dad would have been the one to administer all the wealth. Now his stepmother, that is my grandfather's second wife, is, I mean, for whatever reason, she's passed on now. For whatever reason, he said, if this my stepson gets all the wealth, my children will not get some. So things happen. They connive and then start framing my dad to have stolen wealth or to have stolen things from my grandfather. My grandfather believed it for some reason. I mean, he sacked my dad. I mean, my dad went to prison for some time. He had to run away from the house. He became like a fugitive. And they came for everything from home. Even our TV. They took our TV. They took, I mean, I remember back then. So my favorite food is pork. And when I can't think of what to eat, default, kinky and pork. I went to my mom one time and said, "Man, can I have kinky and pork today?" Not this time. Wow. Like, what happened? So then we had to live through. In fact, when I got to SS, people make this joke that, oh, it's because I was a dining hall prefect, that's why I'm selling donuts. I became a dining hall prefect because food was not enough. The food from home, the provisions, was not enough. And then the first day I get to the table, it was beans and plantain. The senior at the time that was sharing the food, he divided the plantain to half, put half on my table, give me like 1 spoon of beans. He said that's yours. He took the saucepan and went away. Like you couldn't report. I didn't know what to do. I said, so who gets better food here? Then they said, oh, if you become a dining hall prefect, you get better food. I said, that became the mission. So the reason why I came DHP in Presec is because things were hard at home. So I mean, from SS to even uni days, things were not. It's today that now we can breathe things more.
Okay, so daddy had some money, so your upbringing was okay at some point. You would have called yourself a dadaba.
True.
And then at some point, everything was taken away. Now, when you had it, what were you thinking? What did life mean to you at the time when money was at home?
Oh,
if you can remember.
I mean, like, I didn't have any problems. There was nothing to worry about. All I just needed to do was to get close to the phone. Once I can call my dad, name it. Is it shoes? Is it clothes? I mean, we had I don't know if you remember, Super Nintendo. Yep. And then game. It was Sega, back to back.
Right.
Cartridges, plenty. Things were
Playboy or something.
Game Boy. PS.
You had everything.
PlayStation 1, PSP. Oh, but everything left.
And then when things started going away from the house, and the things you could find comfort in, you no longer had access to it. Initially, how did you start feeling?
Have you ever been to, or maybe spoken to somebody and they are shaking, they've not eaten for like days, and it's like they're on the verge of committing suicide? Life was tough. Life was hard. My mother at the time, my mom is my late mom, so the one I'm living with is she would cry, and you are seeing your mother cry. Like, think about it. She's crying because back then she could provide. Today she can't. It felt like she had failed, and it wasn't her fault. Somebody chose to be greedy. Greed. In fact, one of my biggest enemies is greed. So like today, the reason why I won't hold anything back is because of that. Greed is more serious than mentioning all devices.
Where's your father now?
He's still alive.
And how is his life at the
Oh,
moment?
things have changed. Things have changed. He's into construction now. So like he builds for people. People send him money from abroad. He builds. Does all those things.
When did you start thinking of taking charge of your life?
So I started thinking about it critically when I got to university. When I finished SS, I went to best SS, so it's fine. When I finished SS and I got to uni, the biggest issue for me then wasn't even food. It became accommodation. Then my uncle, by God's grace, got me a laptop, right? And the only thing I knew to use laptop for was watch movies. But at a point, I got bored. Then I said, okay, what do people do to earn money? Then someone said, oh, you can learn graphic design. So I went to YouTube, learned how to use Photoshop, how to use After Effects, how to Premiere Pro. I was learning all the softwares, learning everything. Then I said, okay, now how do we sell? How do you market these things? And then someone said, oh, do it for people for free. I said, okay, fine. So that's what I started doing. Then eventually, what brought the difference was that I couldn't sell. Like I didn't know what selling is. Today is a different story, but I didn't know what it means to sell. So in my bid to sell, then I said, okay, fine. If I can master these things, I can change people's lives. That's what started.
And what did you do after that?
So my roommate at that time wanted to do this Valentine's Day. What do you call it? Valentine's Day. Like you buy things
packages.
Packages.
Oh,
yes,
right.
Thank you. Yes, yeah. So he wanted to do packages, and then he asked me to design the flyer. That flyer was so bad. So I took a picture of him. And I asked him to pose with one of the hostel ladies. And then they posed together. Then I took a picture. Like went to Photoshop. Like did something that looked like a flyer. I mean that flyer today. I don't know what that flyer. But it was horrible. It was horrible. But it ignited something like somebody trusted me to be able to do this. I like the energy, the vim, the drive came alive. So I would spend sleepless nights just studying After Effects, Photoshop, making all the mistakes, trying until I was able to figure it out.
How did it translate into money?
So it didn't bring money immediately.
Okay.
But what it did was it exposed me to IT, computer. Like it's brought my passion for it. So final year when we were about to graduate, then a group of a team came to my class and they said they were from MEST, Meltwater Entrepreneurial School of Technology, and that they are training people to become software entrepreneurs.
Okay.
So they teach how to code and because of the background and because of that newfound passion, like it was a merger. Okay. It was like, oh, so I can learn how to build software and they will give me free food. Free food, free accommodation, free laptop, free tuition, like literally everything free, and then teach you to build a globally successful software company. Who doesn't like? I applied. Out of 600 and something, I think 620 or so people that applied for that thing, they only chose 20. I was one of them. So that was like the genesis. So went to MEST. They taught us for 2 years. Software, business, pitching, communication, all of those things. And then I forgot the dream. I was chasing globally successful software company. Like it became like a tag, a slogan. If you didn't become a Facebook, right? If you didn't become like the Ghana's Facebook or Ghana's version of or even Dropbox, right? You've not achieved anything. So I forgot helping, and it wasn't in that. It's sort of evaporated. And at that time, I think by God's grace, things were a little okay, right? Other family members came to support my dad. We were able to get a car. So things were fine. Then we participated in a hackathon, and I won. I mean, my team were 4. We came second place, and you would have thought second place. I think we got maybe 800 CDs or so, and we were 6 in the team. So we shared it, and everybody was fine. Then our team lead sent. It was a UNICEF hackathon. He sent an email to UNICEF and said, "We came second place, but the project that we pitched, we want to actually develop it." UNICEF was like, "Who is this guy? Bold, confident. You send us something." And so they invited us, we went to pitch, then they signed the contract. We won, we got a contract. We built it for them. Then the money, I said, this money, if I don't take it to finish, okay, the money will finish. So what do I do with it? So I stashed it somewhere. It wasn't even something. Then that's where I got into a relationship now. This lady brought me donuts. Lovely donuts. Soft. It took me back to those days when things were fun at home, and my uncle would drive us to bus stop, Ring Road. On Ring Road, there's a popular joint there called Bus Stop. We'll drive it to bus stop, and then we'll get donuts, sugar-coated donuts. Lovely. So then that's nostalgic effect. Everything came back. So where did you get this thing from? She said, "Oh, there's a joint near my office." I said, "Charlie, tomorrow when you're coming, I said, buy the same thing, Charlie." So she goes, said the donuts are finished. Okay, you, tomorrow when you're coming. She goes, said the donuts are finished. I said, why? Then after like 2-3 times, I said, "What's the?" He said, "Oh, sometimes when they go, they say it's finished. Sometimes when they go, they say some story after the other." So I said, "Okay, fine." I actually forgot about it. So one time I go and visit her. Then I remember, the donuts, where did they sell it at? Then she showed me, I want to see the woman. Then the woman said, the place that they are, when she does the donuts, everybody moves from there to say it's residential. So when they move in the mornings, if she does plenty and the thing is like they'll be left over. Right. So she'd rather do small. Then when people are going and they buy their things and they finish, it's finished. So she won't do extra. So then I thought it's a sales problem. But at that time, I now started studying sales. So I said, okay, fine. What if we partner? You make the donuts, I'll do the selling. He said, "Oh, Charlie, everybody wants money." Yeah, so we'll do. And that's the beginning. So we'll take the donuts, we'll put it in plastic containers, move from shop to shop, selling donuts.
That's how you started your business. Right. Dormant Foods.
Right.
This is incredible. You basically saw a woman that was making it, and she had a sales problem. And then you did the sales for her.
Exactly.
Were you not concerned about she giving up on the idea?
I was not helping her to start a business. Like, I was just helping her to sell. That's all. It wasn't, if she stops, it's fine. I don't lose anything.
So what was your percentage cut out of that?
So it wasn't even like she was giving a percentage. She was selling to me at
hair price.
Hair price. Then I'll add my markup. So whatever I wanted to add, that one it didn't concern her. She didn't have a brand then. I mean, till now, right? She didn't have a brand, so we had to even now put the brand name thing all together.
And the brand name you started with was?
Right. It was no one. In fact, okay. So I remember after I entered the partnership, I didn't know how to sell it. So I was speaking to a friend in church, and then I said, "Charlie, I want to start selling donuts." He said, "Donuts?" He said, "I'm with you." I said, "Okay, fine." Then he asked, what will you call it? He said, "Donut Men." And then he said, "Donut Men is too long." I said, "Doma." Yeah, it's true, Doma. That's how we called it, Doma. Because we're 2 guys going to sell donuts.
Right. How many people are in the business now?
So so now my girlfriend now, she was the brain behind all the aesthetics, all the graphics, all the everything. She now did the logo and the branding, the website. I did the website, but everything that
in
was
terms of
visual,
brand asset, she did all
even
that.
the packaging.
Okay.
It was her. So 3 of us together started.
Yourself,
Myself,
your
friend in church, girlfriend
at the time,
your
wife now,
my wife now.
right?
Right.
Yeah, because I wanted to get it right. So it's you.
Yes.
So between you, your wife,
Yes,
and
then
a business partner.
business
So
partner,
there's
right.
3 co-founders
Three
of the
co-founders,
business,
exactly.
and you are the CEO.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Now, there's something about when people go into business and partnership, this part of the world. How has it been for you guys?
Hey, this matter. So when we started, it wasn't. In fact, it still isn't a written partnership. It's just a verbal thing. I'll buy from you, give it to me at this price. I'll sell it. Whatever I make, I'll come and pay you back your money. So that was everything. Then 2018, 3 years after we had started the business, we were able to raise funding. And then I went to this woman and I said, Charlie, we've gotten money now.
Okay.
We need to move to a bigger space. So let's move from Jowuli to East Legon. I want you to come with us. Let's do it big. No, money has come. Do it big. No one said no. Okay. I know you want to stay with your shop. You've trained people. So you know what? Give me one lady to go with me. She'll make the donuts. She'll count. If maybe we'll do 1,000, 2,000, whatever it is, she'll count. She'll tell you the figure. I'll pay you X percent of it. She said no. I said, okay. Mommy, see, teach me the recipe. Give me the recipe. Just write it, the steps and everything. I'll employ people. Then every month I'll pay you X royalties or whatever it is. She said no. I mean, for like months, just going back and forth. She said everything I offered, she said no. So eventually, we had to still part ways. We brought in a chef from Ivory Coast. It took him, say, I think maybe 3 months just to figure out the recipe. He'll eat it. So we're buying from the lady. We'll transport it all the way to East Legon. Then we'll put it in there. We'll do it. Then eventually we started mixing what the Ivory Coast chef was doing, and then the one we're buying from the lady. Put it together in the box. They were complaining, don't worry, your donuts have changed. Don't worry, your donuts have changed. We knew what we were doing. So I'm saying all that because partnership.
Yes.
Human beings change. Human beings change, right? And the amplifier of this change is money. So starting partnership.
Okay. What was her reason?
Okay, good. So fast forward later when we had now figured out the recipe, or at least we had standardized ours, we had moved on. I met one of her workers, yes. Then I said, what is the reason why your madam never wanted to help us? She said, no, it wasn't about you. What's about? She said, it looks like she lost her parents or something. And then this woman from UK was the one that was taking care of her. Person took care of her through school, even the catering school that she went to learn this thing that she's going to do donuts for us. And so, and even the shop that she was in, the person was sort of like the financier. So she has this high allegiance for the person. And so helping you felt like she was betraying that person. And that's why she said no.
Wow.
So, wow, loyalty. She's loyal to the core. And so I understood that it wasn't because of us. We're fighting loyalty. And that's why she never helped us.
Let me stop you here for a minute. We are on a journey of changing the minds and the lives of people. So if you haven't subscribed and become part of the family, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification. Thank you. Now let's carry on with the conversation. You see, I posted this on Twitter the other time. I said, agree and sign before the money comes. Because when the money comes, people change. Do you agree?
People change. I've seen it happen too many times.
Why do you think people don't agree and sign before the money comes?
In the initial stages, it doesn't look like the thing will work. Sometimes it doesn't look like the thing will work. So, to agree on future things is a little hard. You want to agree on like unforeseen or things that it looks some way. So
Why?
I don't know.
Why didn't you do it in the first place?
I didn't think she would. I didn't think anything bad.
In 2014,
Yes.
Edward and I put a contract together. I actually put the contract together. Partnership contract, 50-50. Roles were signed, everything, before we even started the business. I don't know where I learned it from, but I've always been very meticulous with certain things.
Details.
And I always felt that people would change when money comes.
You might have learned it earlier. I didn't.
I don't know where I learned it from, but I've been a student of self-improvement for years. Maybe somewhere in the books that I've read, it said something about putting contracts in place and things like that. But it's something that I'd always think about. It's my go-to thing. And I really want entrepreneurs and young business people, no matter who you are speaking with, they may be 20 years ahead of you in business, pull a contract together. It's a difficult conversation to have, but have the conversation because partnerships fail everywhere.
Unfortunately. But let me tell you two people that didn't change. My co-founders. When we started, I couldn't pay them. In fact, I couldn't afford to even pay them. My girlfriend quit. Now my wife, right? She quit her job to come and work full-time in Doman. This other gentleman from church, full-time in Doman. I couldn't afford their salaries then. So this is what we did. I wrote a small note. I said, I, Francis, CEO of Doman, will pay you X amount of CDs every month. However, we don't have money to pay you. And so when money comes, starting from this date, I'll pay you.
Wow. You would backdate?
Backdate.
Wow.
So when the investment came in 2018, the money was passed.
Francis,
It didn't change.
Before we even go back and talk more about partnership and the reason why they did not change and the support that your now wife has given to you, I want you to really break down how you were able to raise funds for the business.
Fundraising. So let me take it slower. 2017, right? 2017, we wanted to move from where we were because our landlady was giving us issues. She said, we're causing too much rubbish.
Okay.
We're causing too much rubbish in a place. And so she wanted to let us go. And so she recommended like a different place for us. Okay. And then we had to raise money to go. We didn't have the money at the time. So just when like it looked like all hope was lost, like nothing was going to happen, then a certain lady from Uber, she came. I mean, at that time, I didn't know her from anywhere. She just came and she said she's looking for a certain type of donuts. She wants like this, she wants like this, she wants like. I'm like, this thing is we'll try. So she gave me the specs. Then I went back to the kitchen, spoke to my lady Karen, said, they want Ghana themed donuts, right? And she's like, oh, this thing we can do it easily. We'll do this. Within like minutes, she was able to pull the thing off. Then I called the lady. I said, oh, please, we are done. The lady was shocked. She was like, I thought like 2-3 days thing. So later on, she told me that the reason why they went with us was because we're like the fastest. Like everybody she had reached out to, they said 2-3 days, but we like in minutes. And why I'm bringing up this story is this. When is that deal with Uber, the ride-hailing app, and they sent an email to all their contacts, every single person on their database. And what was the deal? If you ordered a ride on Sitmatch 2017, if you ordered a ride on Sitmatch, there'll be free donuts in the car. Uber was paying. We were producing. So Ghana themed donuts in the car when you order the Uber. So it sends to everybody. Then this gentleman from where I didn't know got that email. They started digging in. Who is this Doman thing? Where is this Doman from? Where is this Doman from? So then his secretary reached out and said, my boss has seen you. My boss has seen you. My boss says that he wants to invest in your business. Come, let's talk. And that was the beginning. So I had to now, like, records, taxes, formalization. Gosh, that work. So that's how we like in natural waste funding. We had to, in quotes, structure the business right so that we could please him for him to give us the money.
Okay, structure the business right so that you could please the potential investor.
Yes.
But the reason I really want to stress on this is what sort of documents, what structures do you have to put in place to be able to invest for people to invest in the business?
Think about it like this. To please an investor, you need to think not like an investor. Let me explain. Investors are looking for ways to multiply their money, not ways to help you, right? So what proof do you have that if I put my money here, the money will grow? From your inventory, where you buy things, then production, how you turn raw materials into finished goods, then your sales, even how you get your customers. Do you have records for all these things? Is it written down? Most businesses, I coach a lot of businesses, and they've done this thing so many times, so often, they never write it down. As simple as we buy flour from this woman at the market, as simple as it is, they don't have it written down. And so if the prices change, it changes only in their head. If a customer buys, the customer buys only in their head. If something went wrong, it's only in their head. It's never documented. Those documents, at least, if you have it down, that's the beginning of the conversation. Then, how much have you sold, right? Like a sales ledger. How much have you sold? Is this something that is tracking it? How much did you make yesterday? How much did you make last week? How much did you make last month? Is this something that is tracking it? Then, you look at how much have I spent aside raw materials, salaries, rent, utilities, taxes. How much have I spent? It's as simple, but most people never do. So all these documents, you put it together, and then you can now start drawing or even valuing your business, right? You can now start looking at it and say, okay, based on these things, in the next 3 years, if nothing changes, this business would have made so amount of money. Then you can even think or even value your business. But if you don't have these things, like nobody wants to even listen to you. By God's grace, I learned these things from MEST.
Okay.
Right? I learned this from MEST. How to keep records so that you can attract investments. It's more of attracting than chasing.
Okay, talk to me.
Right.
How do people attract?
There's a lot of loose money around. If you've not been in wealth before, if you've not been in money before, you think that Ghana is hard. You think like there's no money in Ghana. I was making a joke, and then I said, when you hear the word economy, and then I said the economy is bad, most people think that the economy is bad means that the money is finished. I said, where does the money go to? It doesn't go anywhere, right? It just means that the money has changed hands from X place to Y place. It has gone to a certain place. And so the people who don't have and the people who have, they are a group of people who have that money. So when I say economy is bad, it's not that the economy is bad. You don't have, right? So the group who have money are looking for where to put the money for the money to increase or to multiply. So, but the challenge is they don't know where, or the places that are available are not enough. So what I mean by attracting is that you have made a case based on documentation that what you have sold or what you are selling, you can make profit and increase if more money comes. That's what I mean by attraction. Then you tell that story. Simple.
I'm a young man that just started a business. Starting today. based on your experience in raising money, what can I do apart from the things you've spoken to me?
And I'll borrow this from you.
Okay.
What can you do if you want to attract investment today? I'll borrow it from you. You need to tell your story. Yes, story of how you struggled and everything. Those ones are good. But the story of your financials, your data. It's let me go back small and then I'll come back. When I was in school, when I was in SS, and things were hard, I went into phone business. So I would take money from my peers. Then I'll go to UTC Accra, buy phone. I'll bargain, buy, bring it back. Right? I was in that business. What made me sell was somehow I picked it up. Now, what made me sell wasn't really just that I had a phone, but that I could talk, that I could tell a story. I could explain to people that, if you give me your money, we'll get to your phone. And the features of the phone, the way I'll talk about it, the thing look good, right? So it's the same thing. After you have the data itself has some wavelength, like some, what's in English they call it?
The graph?
Like a rhythm.
Right.
Something about the data. So that when somebody hears it, it's music to their ears financially.
So look, at some point, even when you did not have control of the recipe, you raised funds.
Right. Yes. One of the things we said was we're going to move production in-house. And all my thinking was the lady will come and then we'll do the thing together.
How many times have you raised funds?
For now, once. We're currently in a second one, and that one is taking a little longer, but it's coming.
Okay,
it's coming.
So
there's a green light that is coming.
There's a green light.
Yes,
you can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
I tell you.
When an investor is coming into your business, usually what percentage are they asking for?
One of the things I wish that I had somebody had taught me this. Right, I give away a little too much. Some investors are good. They'll ask for just a piece of the pie, so that when you grow, they can exit. Some investors want ownership, so they want more than 50%. Unfortunately, that's the one I had.
Okay,
that took more than 50%, and so ownership of the business changed hands. However, where I insisted was that I will still be CEO. I'll handle certain key aspects of the business so that at least you own it, but I still have some kind of control.
If you had the option to start again today, based on investment, what would you have done differently?
Interesting. Maybe I would ask more questions.
Okay, ask me.
Because like you said, people change.
Yes,
they changed.
Okay,
they changed, right? And they changed also because money came. Money came to them, right? They raised funds from other sources, and they forgot me. They forgot that we got married. Think about it like you got married, and then your wife makes money, and then forgets that you are married.
You see, you're a very intelligent man.
Yes.
So I understand that over time,
yes,
the skills, the value that you've built for yourself,
yes,
and the experience of your business, you've been able to set up several businesses.
Yes.
I know that based on the profile that I have of you. But what I really want to stay on is that what would be your best advice for the new business owner looking for investment?
Number one, equity over debt. Maybe I should have done debt.
Okay.
Maybe I should have done debt. If I'd gone back, maybe I'll try debt and grind my ass off and then pay it off. Equity, dangerous.
But then also let's look at the equity. You gave something away.
Yeah.
Has it helped your business?
It has.
Okay. As far as this business is concerned, are you comfortable?
No.
Okay.
So then that's what I mean. I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't. Back then. But back then it made sense.
Okay.
Then people change. Then when they change, everything else changes. So one of the advice I give to people is if you can do debt first before you even think equity, or maybe more debt, less equity.
Okay.
Maybe I would
at the time,
advice.
what would less equity mean to your business? What would that be?
It would have been the same amount, but we'll pay back some faster.
Okay. So if I was the investor today coming into your business, what percentage would you have been comfortable owning 100% of the business?
Yes.
What would you have been comfortable?
Or maybe I'll give you 20.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you 20, and then the other one, which would have made it more than 50%.
I'm just starting a business today. I'm just starting a business today. What's the maximum percentage you think I should give off my business for equity?
Don't do any of them.
Okay.
If you're starting, work it off. Like, find the best way to make the money without. I'm speaking Ghanaian context.
Okay.
Ghanaian context. I'm saying this because based on all the books I've read, people I've seen, movies we've watched in outside Africa, these things work fine, or at least to a large extent. Investments, these kind of things work fine. Local context, at least Ghana, the dynamics are a little different. Okay. So, if I was advising you starting a business, try to grind, work hard, and then do the sales. Use okay. So let me give you a context. What we did with Doman when we started. God bless this woman again, right? She will sell to us. Yep. Instead of taking the money up front, she'll wait a week before she take it. Sometimes 2 weeks. Sometimes 1 month.
Wow.
Before she takes the money. So that's 1 month.
That's cash flow.
I tell you. I had money to pay salaries, to do one, two, turn the money and then pay back. But I was honest. Oh, Auntie, today we can't pay you. But Auntie, you please keep doing. Next week we'll pay you. Then she'll call me. Oh, at least can you give me half? Then I'll give half. But at least I had money there. Right? So at least before we even raise investment, we're able to use debts to finance the business.
So you see, for me, whenever I'm trying to invest in a business, right, the question I always ask is, are you building the business to sell or building it to keep?
Interesting question.
Right. I'd really like to know what entrepreneurs are trying to do with the business.
Local context, our place we build to keep.
Okay.
Okay.
And usually when people are building a business to keep, they want to have ownership for the long term. They want to be able to transfer it into kids' names.
It's today that I now understand that the best part is when you sell it off.
Yes.
And then the other part too is you should go into the business to systemize it so that you can free yourself out.
Yeah.
I didn't know that part.
Did you have a mentor?
Apart from MEST, no.
Do you think are mentors important for business owners?
Today, yes. Big capital YES. Back then, did you know?
Why? Why is it important?
So, in business, most likely you'll make mistakes.
Yeah.
It's sort of constant.
Yeah.
You'll make mistakes. But somebody who has made those mistakes can tell you that don't pass here, pass here, do like this. They can even open doors for you. Okay, call this my friend. Okay, I'll let my friend call you. They can even connect you to certain opportunities that in 1,000 years you will never get. Mentors, excellent. Back then I didn't know. So some of the grinding and somebody would have made a phone call and by God's grace.
You kind of feel like you've worked for another entity to enjoy most of it. Especially when there's 3 of you in the business. 3 co-founders. Right. You will not even get 33% each.
Currently, no.
Yeah. I just thank God you're entrepreneurial enough.
Right.
That you've moved on very quickly
to do other things.
But let's look at this. Then you started a business and you had a lovely girlfriend at the time to support, right? Who's now your wife.
Right.
I mean, how is it? How is it going in the business? What role does she have in the business?
Okay, so
and how are you guys able to do it together so lovely?
I think because I understand things. So, how do you run a business with your partner? Understanding, communication. If you don't talk, the thing will happen. Whatever it is that you don't talk about will happen. But it will happen in a way that because you didn't talk, this person didn't know. And so the thing fell apart. If you, it's a simple word, right? Communication. When it's simple, not because it's like long, talking. But most marriage business in quotes, business where both parties are in there. One big reason why it fails is less of cash flow, less of financials, communication. So how have we coped? Communication. And I'm an understanding person. So sometimes the communication doesn't go right, but I understand. I understand. You have to stomach some of the things in, like we say. You chest it like a man.
Yeah.
Yes. And then let it go because you understand.
Let me stop you here for a minute. We are on a journey of changing the minds and the lives of people. So if you haven't subscribed and become part of the family, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification. Thank you. Now let's carry on with the conversation. You've done well.
It's hard.
A few years ago,
Yes.
I was driving around East Legon.
Okay.
And then I saw that you were putting up a shop.
Okay.
I won't mention names,
Yes.
but I know the exact location.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
You started off, you did great. The shop was open. And then all of a sudden, we couldn't see you again. What was happening in the business?
So, I thought people got tired of donuts. For some reason.
Okay.
So, in the business, at some point, our revenue hit a ceiling. In fact, that is even the reason why I started studying and things. Our revenue hit a ceiling. Everything we did, we would, like in Ghana, you say, bye, you go, son, then you hit and then you come back, right? So we wanted to see if people had gotten tired of our donuts and wanted to diversify into other products. At the time, we had this shop the lease was about to expire. They had, I think, 11 months to go. So, and they were moving out. So they said, okay, fine. Why don't you come and take our shop? See what you can do within these 11 months. If everything goes fine, then you continue paying. So I went to the drawing board with my team. Then we said, okay, let's do savories. Finger foods, not just donuts, chicken, rabbits,
sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Yeah.
We even added pork to it,
Yeah.
Everything was in there. We launched a shop, flashy shop.
I saw it.
Noise, celebrities, influencers, the whole thing. Then after like a month, revenue, same thing. I'm like, we spend all this money, we do all these things, we're still at the same revenue. Nah. Month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5, month 8, 9, 10, 11. In fact, by month 11, it was even dropping. We couldn't, the cash flow from the shop couldn't match the
income.
Exactly.
And the rent.
The rent.
Right.
The rent, the expenses. So I thought about it and said, better we close it, take the disgrace in quotes. Better we close it than we keep this thing and then now we have to bring money in from outside to come and keep this thing running. So I had to close it down.
So my thinking was that you probably got an investor that came in to try to expand it and then take it into shop, shop fronts. And then, it fizzled out.
It was an attempt to increase revenue.
As a matter of fact, the shop you took over from, I thought that person had bought a share of your business.
Oh, okay. Well, yes.
Okay.
It's the same people.
Same people.
Yes.
Same people are in the business.
Yes. That's why they could afford to give us that 11-month range to play around with. Then Yeah, so we closed the shop because of the expenditure and all that. Now, think about it. Within those 11 months, the top selling product was donuts.
Wow.
We sold more donuts than every other thing that we were selling on the menu there. And it wasn't even from walk-ins, it was from delivery. Because of records, right? So I'm like, we have this nice shop. You don't come in, you still order donuts, and they will still deliver it. So what are we doing there? Going back to what we know best, delivery of donuts. That was how we closed our shop.
Amazing. I think you're very analytical. And your data really teaches you something. It happens with a lot of entrepreneurs who are also tech savvy. They know how to analyze data and make decisions based on data. So why do you think what's the main reason why most Ghanaian businesses fail?
Why most Ghanaian businesses fail? I will tell you. Number one, products versus markets. Chasing the product and not the market. See, the people that you are selling to, most likely, they buy the thing that you are selling elsewhere. What makes yours different, right? So the market will tell you what they want. Most people never listen. In fact, we were trained not to listen. We're trained not to hear. They are speaking, but we don't hear. I was thinking about it. Have you ever complained about anything Ghanaian? Anything. It could be delivery time, it could be looking for a place, it could be asking for direction. All those things are problems that we can solve. But we don't like solving that one. We want to buy the thing that everybody's buying and sell it like the way everybody's selling. And we never differentiate. One reason why people fail: product over market. They don't listen to the market, they listen to your products. And then even when they get the products, they want people to buy their product because they are selling it, not because people need it.
I never thought about it.
Right. So it's like, then the other side to it. So I have a story on my blog. Same thing. Then number two, cash flow, like managing money. Your profits is not the revenue minus the expenditure. If that were your profits and you spend it, the business will keep moving. But let me take it slower. You made 50,000 cedis this month. Your expenditure was 45,000 cedis. That difference of 5,000, people will call it profits. And because they call it profits, then it is money to chop. But that is your margin, not your profit. Margin means this money, I must turn it around to keep working for me. I didn't know myself. So why our revenue got stuck, one of the reasons was because we didn't have financial literacy. We didn't know anything managing money. All we knew is, today the money remaining is 20,000. Buy things, equipment, pay salary, everything. But once you start understanding that this is margin means I must do something with the money to increase. That makes people, it's one of the reasons people fail. They don't know what managing money means.
I'd like to recommend a book for people who have not read this book. Please read it. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The Cash Flow Quadrant. Please read those two books. It's very important.
Like Kiyosaki.
Yeah. Read those books. My son is reading at the moment. He's 8 years old.
Interesting.
Solid guy. Anytime I get home, Daddy, he was trying to remember the word, Daddy. Today I was reading it, he says, financial literacy. And I say, literacy. He says, yes. He's getting excited. I think we should really educate ourselves. We really should.
We need to.
You don't have to be an entrepreneur to educate yourself in business. Listen, financial literacy cuts across, even your pay. You're paying.
When you get your money, what happens to it?
There you go.
Something as small as budgets.
Yep.
When I'm teaching budgeting, right? When I'm teaching budgeting, first question I ask is, what is your net worth? You will like It's a simple question, but almost the whole class never answers it. And so if you don't know what the question is, you don't even know what the answer. You don't even know the answer. Right? Like, what is the game of life you are playing? Are you playing to survive? Like in a football match. There are those who are playing to win, and there are those who are playing not to lose. Most people are playing not to lose, and so they end up losing. If you don't know that we are playing to score, and so all are at you. When the money comes, you are not trying to use to score. When the money comes, you are thinking of, okay, how I'll go feed chop them, and you chop.
Francis, you have an incredible mind. Yeah. Even if you find yourself, you find yourself playing any game with your friends, and you're playing not to lose,
Yes,
you will not win.
So what's the game of life? Most people don't know. Most people don't know that this life that they are in, they are playing a game. They don't know. And let me not go there. I almost went into religion. Let me not go there. Right? It's and the deception has woven into our fabrics. It's woven inside its sound that we think that a lot of things are mystical.
We end up spiritualizing things.
Mysticism. I was a victim.
Okay, talk to me, bro.
I was a victim, so I know. Like, to think that God gave you your brain not to think, but for him to rain money on your roof is an abuse of the mind that he gave you. We will pray. I pray a lot. We fast. I fast a lot. We bless people. We give alms. I do that a lot. But the brain must work. For lack of knowledge, my people perish. You know, one of the funniest things is when you think that the knowledge there is knowledge of his word. If it was knowledge of his word, then you wouldn't have found out. But Solomon said, wisdom is the principal thing. Get wisdom. In all that getting, get understanding.
Understanding. That's my part.
Right.
Many years ago, I was young when I discovered that 99% of your problems
It's knowledge.
God has already given it. It's right here.
It's knowledge.
It's right here. It's not.
Yes.
It's not spiritual intervention. It's not. But we have spiritualized it because we have traditional spirituality, then we have the modern way. Right? And there are certain people that if they put their shoes a certain way in front of their house and they come back, and even if it was the dog that moved it a little bit and they see it, they'll start praying. Something has happened. We have a...
Okay, if you finish, I have something funny to tell you.
I think that most of our problems as Africans is the fact that we have spiritualized things rather than thinking and doing.
Do you know that I thought that the reason why our revenue was not growing was spiritual?
Oh my God.
I thought so.
Limiting beliefs.
So there's a have you heard of castor oil?
Yes.
Right. I didn't even know what castor oil was. So my wife had a boil, right? And she was looking for home remedies, how to solve this thing. Because she didn't want to go to the hospital. We have our issues with medicine and from let me not go into that side. But someone recommended castor oil, and that you should soak some it's like a handkerchief or something, castor oil, put it on the thing. After like 3 days, poof, I mean, all the pain, the pus and everything came
It was
out.
extracted.
Excellent. Then I had this boil on my leg. I mean, it keeps coming. Then I'll limp small. Then she said, "Oh, try the castor oil thing." So I wore socks. Put the cotton castor oil. 2-3 days. Pat, what's going? I'm like, this thing. If you had gone to the hospital, it could be surgery. It could be some castor oil. 50 Ghana cedis. They could have we could have wasted money in the hospital. What I'm saying, knowledge. It's the same thing when it comes to finances, when it comes to business. If you don't know the castor oil of your of the problem, you will spend money or you will waste money, and it is just 50 Ghana cedis that is your solution.
So is there anything I could have asked you that we can still talk about?
Ask me about marketing, and sales.
Great.
In Ghana.
In Ghana.
Yes.
All right. So a young business, new business.
Yes.
What strategies can they apply?
Good.
To improve their business? Give me 3.
Number 1. So in foreign context, they'll say sell the benefits, not the features. Right.
Okay.
Our Ghanaian minds don't like big English. They like showing. So show, don't tell. Show, don't tell. A lot of people on socials, and the reason why we buy a lot on social media is because we get the influencers showing. But most businesses, when it comes to showing, I don't know why, but we don't show, we tell. And that is one of the challenges when it comes to sales and marketing for the people I advise, right? Number 2, phone call. It sounds very simple, but we don't take the contacts of our customers, or we don't treat it as valuable because we don't think that calling them can bring them back. There's a book by J. Abraham. He said 3 ways to scale in business. Number 1, get more customers. Number 2, get them to buy more. Number 3, get them to buy more often. That's all. When you advertise, you do all the noise, and then customers come in. Is there a way to retain them? Because if you keep advertising, at a point your market is not going to come anymore. So how are you planning to retain them? We never take phone numbers. I buy something from there's the shop near my house. The woman doesn't know my name. I've spent close to maybe 10,000 cedis. The woman doesn't know my name. And she doesn't care because I keep coming. The day that I don't go, she doesn't know. She doesn't notice because she doesn't have records. But assuming, I go there one time. She says, Mr. Francis. I say, you know my name? Yeah, you've been coming here for the past 2-3 months. Every time you come, you buy this and this and this. You spend a total of 10,000 cedis, 10,300 cedis with us. We want to give you 10% off. Anything you want, you can take it. Just pay 10% of 10,300. 1,030. Anything you want, offset from the 1,030, and afterwards you can continue paying. Guess what I'll do? On this podcast, I'll talk about the shop. I'll tell all my friends. Think of all the business you get because I mentioned a shop on Current Minds podcast. We don't take data with, and then the thing about phone call. There's a lot of competition over the same thing. If you would just get a phone call, just don't even sell. Call me and say, I'm calling to check up on you. It may be annoying, but I'm still in your mind. Then number 3, AI. AI has made a lot of things easy, but there are better ways to use it than just deceiving people or tricking their minds. I'll give you an example. When somebody sends you an email, you need to literally go and respond to it. But today, you can have AI write an email, or let me say because In email marketing, right? You schedule emails to go out by a certain period, right? Now, assuming that everybody that receives that email wasn't just getting a pre-populated email, but a customized email based on their activity on your business, imagine the impact that will have. Automation with AI. We can do that, but we don't do it. There's a lot that we can do. And because we understand the local context, we can marry some of the things that we do locally with foreign technology. However, I don't call it foreign technology, with technology.
Yeah. Motivation or discipline?
Discipline, 100%. In order to make money, you need to do the same boring things over and over and over and over again. You can't grow anything if you are not disciplined. Motivation will start, but discipline is what keeps the fire burning. If you stop putting fuel in your car, one day your car will stop moving. If you don't keep feeding your body, one day the body will still give up. If you stop doing the things that your business must do, your business will give up. If you don't discipline yourself over your finances, you will keep going around in circles. That's why most people never grow. That's why most people are never rich. Because of discipline.
What's the best advice you've ever received?
Several. But the one that's like it's on top of my mind, the best advice I've ever received is so it's better to put in a story than to. I went to my auntie and I told her that I wanted money to pay off my investors. And then she said, Francis, with all the wisdom that you have, why would you pay somebody to be richer than you get your shares back? She said, rather use that money, start something new.
Wow.
It makes sense.
So much sense. Shout out to Auntie. Can you recommend a book?
Wow. I think the best book I've read so far, well, it's not the best, but the one on top of my mind is all the books by Donald Priestley.
Yeah.
Donald Priestley.
Key Person of Influence.
Key Person of Influence, Entrepreneurial Revolution, oversubscribed. Then Scorecard Marketing. And then you wrote one for the kids, teaching kids entrepreneurship. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you.
Grateful.
And you know what Francis did? When he came to the studio today, he brought us what? Donuts. Thank you. Really appreciate you. If you've made it to the end, all the way from number 1 to here, I'd like to know in the comments. And I'd like to recommend you to also visit connectedacademy.com to join the entrepreneurs community. We usually would have twice a month calls. They get surprises where I get entrepreneurs who can come to the studio and ask some of my guest questions. I usually like to surprise them. And then obviously, there are times where I get to play golf with some of my people in the community as well. Teach them how to network and how to grow their business. Thank you so much for making it to the end. My name is Derek Abaite. Stay connected. I'm out.